Hello everybody, my name is Jacob, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. We're not actually going to play the game right now. A friend of mine told me, a friend of mine asked me where I was in this game in terms of like how many endings had I gotten, all that sort of stuff. And I said, well, I've been on the Stanley Parable 2 for a little bit, but that's pretty much as far as I've gotten. They asked, did you do the new content? I said, yes. Did you do the collectibles? I said, yes. And they said, how many times have you booted the game up? I said, well, twice. I said, I'm planning on recording a little bit more, at least one episode, to see if there's anything else left. And they said, boot it up a third time, then close the game and boot it up a fourth time. And I said, okay. I guess I'll have to do that. You saw at the very beginning the little sliders. I'm going to put those in even though I didn't commentate on them, just like I did the last go-round, the last time I booted it up. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to close the game right now, and I'm going to boot it back up. And this is the fourth time booting the game up. Let's see what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe nothing will happen. Maybe something will happen. We'll have to see what that nothing and or something is. What time is it? Oh, okay. Does anyone really truly know? I would hope so, maybe at some point, but I couldn't tell you. Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. I mean, I'd like to think we know each other a little bit. Maybe you're the narrator, maybe you're not. Sure, I've adjusted all of the game settings to your exact specifications, but who hasn't? It's just what I do, like a day job. Hey, brother, ain't that the truth? And now, the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. And I still don't really know you. That's okay, though. And you don't know me. That's okay, though. We don't have to know each other. We can just exist. And neither of us know what time it is. I know what time it is. It's 2:38. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyway. You won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Video games were meant to be played alone. No, they're not. You like being alone, don't you? Stop this! That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. There's still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really in my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again, if you can find me. Talk soon. Alright, talk soon, I guess. I don't know if that What? Sorry, that's different! Hey guys, I guess it's time for the epilogue. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I don't know how long this is. I don't know if this is gonna be, well, it's gonna be its own episode, provided it's not like 5 minutes long, but you know what I mean. I don't know what this is! What is the epilogue? Many, many years later? So is the canon ending that he just escaped? Oh. Oh. Okay. Where am I? Which way do I go? Hello? Is anybody out there? Oh. Screen went black. Okay. Will to fire. With some sticks and a rolly chair. Where do we find the rolly chair? Hello? Is anyone out there? Hello? What happens if I leave the fire? What happens if I walk away from the fire? Bye, fire. Goodbye. Okay. This music is quite loud. Oh! Office chairs. This is like the scene from Blade Runner 2049. It's all orange and stuff. This is was quite loud, I must say. And, like, what... Epilogue meaning what, exactly? What does the epilogue even mean? Oh. Is that... Am I crazy, or is that light? Are those trees? No, those are clouds. Or are they clouds? I can't tell. Is that just a mirage? Am I fooling myself? Hi, sun. Let's walk away from the sun. What? 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 Oh. Yo, is that... I think that's the memory palace, and that's a generator. Time to go back to the memory palace one last time. Oh, things look absolutely crazy in there. Is it time to remember the Stanley Parable 2? Yeah, it is. In loving memory, the Stanley Parable 2. Yo, man, this game got creepy all of a sudden. Majorly creepy. I don't like exploring the world of the Stanley Parable without the narrator by my side. He's such a loving presence. Review the Stanley Parable 2, Cookie9's blog. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with its sequel. Where the first game teamed with originality, the Stanley Parable 2 is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to its fan base. Rather than expand on what made the first game enjoyable, the sequel veers off into territory nobody asked for. An infinitely deep hole, who cares, where are the new endings? What about the enjoyable bits from the Stanley Parable 1, like the adventure line? Instead, we get an uninspired side quest collecting figurines. Even this diversion feels incomplete. Collecting all the figurines gives you nothing. I must say, though, I found the bucket to be quite comforting, a welcome reprieve from... Okay. What's this? Cat dog born. Scientists confirm hybrid species. That must be from the slider that I turned up at the beginning. I made the cat and dog more than friends. I guess I made them fall in love. Hello? Are these what are these? Oh, these are name buttons.
Jim.
I'm glad we have our priorities straight on what things to include. I love that they're placed like candles slowly burning. Oh, hey, honey. If you'll excuse me for a moment, I gotta get dressed. I'm meeting Frank. We're gonna go work out at the...
Jim.
I don't know why I wanted to do that. I just did. Stanley Parable developers. No more spin-offs, no more sequels. From realweb.com. When the Stanley Parable launched to massive success in 2013, its creators made plans to build the property into an entire franchise, but a disastrous critical and commercial reception to the Stanley Parable 2 has prompted the developers to rethink their ambitions, as outlined in a press release they published today. It's clear that more Stanley Parable is just not what the fans want, reads the press release. We thought that we had a vision for the series that players would be excited about, yet it turns out this could not have been farther from the truth. Press release goes on to promise preserving the artistic integrity of the original game and to stop assaulting fans with our reckless and insulting creative visions. The word sorry appears more than 25 times in the press release. Lowest aggregate review scores in video game history. What's this? Get on the green. I mean, could it really have been reviewed that poorly? It seems kind of insane to me. All the same name?
Jim.
Yep. Is there anything over this way? Or is this just a red herring? Ooh, hello. Who are those two? I don't recognize them. I do see over here all the sparkles and more figurines. Is this the infinite hole? 19, 20, 21... Will I get an achievement for collecting every single one that's in the game? No. So that's not what this is about. Hello? Is anyone at the bottom of the infinite hole? Oh. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Well, this is creepy. Hello? Hello? Oh, sitting back down. What is this? Hi, hello? Hello again. It's nice to see you. I knew I would find you! But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. And if people hate it, who cares? You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. We're getting into territory that the beginner's guide tackled, which was also written by some of the people from this. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard, in fact. Let me show you. Together, we are going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title screen. We also need a really dumb subtitle for the game, something loud and gaudy. Go ahead, try combining some random words together to make a new title for our game. Oh yes, the Stanley Parable 3. Stanley's Tiny Boyfriends. I love it. The Stanley Parable 3, Stanley's Tiny Boyfriends. It's absurd. I love it. Every time you restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1, and then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. It'll just be the same content, recycled again and again and again, with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have a say as well. Here's the thing. This could be both really cool and also incredibly depressing. Because if there's some update to the game that adds an ending or something months ahead, and I decide to do a video on it, and I boot the game up and I'm like, wow, it's only Stanley Parable 5. I really didn't play this game a lot. And all that sort of stuff. That's how it could become somewhat depressing. But at the same time, like he's saying, or like whoever is on the other side of this is saying, screw the legacy. Who cares? It's not real. It's a fictional game. Everything was programmed in and written. So screw the legacy. Let's do it. Good, then it's agreed. A new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you put faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing that the narrator never found a way to give you the broken achievement, did he? Am I gonna get the broken achievement? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let's fix it. Alright there, the achievement machine is all fixed. You see, I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep this train rolling. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It can only spiral in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great, there's only one last thing we need to do. Please enter the current time. Well, the current time right now... Current time right now is 2:49, or you know what? I'll wait till it gets to 50, and I'll click 2:50. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. Yes! We are now playing the Stanley Parable 3, Stanley's Tiny Boyfriends. And you know what I think we need to do? I think we need to go find that achievement machine. We need to activate it. We need to get... Unless... Did I get it? Let's see. I don't think I did. Test achievement, please ignore. Gotcha. Gotcha. Let's go. Begin the game. Let's go find the Stanley Parable 2 so that we can unlock that achievement.
This is the story of a man named Stan.
And we will finally put this game to rest.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I wonder what it could mean.
Stanley
I'm going to take the
decided
bucket
to go
with
to the
me.
meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
The embrace of an old
Embrace
friend.
of an old friend. A weathered
new content.
companion. Oh, new content? Mm-hmm. What does that mean? New content.
I don't know. I might decide to skip ahead of this depending on what appears and what doesn't appear. Is it just going to be the same thing again, or is it going to be something different since we've done the epilogue?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley
Alright, it's going to be the same
Parable
thing again.
Ultra Deluxe. As you may
I'm
know,
going to go
the
ahead and
Stanley
skip
Parable
ahead of
was a
this
video
until we
game
get to the
released
Stanley
in
Parable
2013
2
on
area
home
so
computers.
that I can activate the achievement. And then we'll do
Receiving
one more
critical
fun
and
thing.
commercial
Trust me.
success, it
One
was
more fun, cool
expanded
thing.
upon in 2022
So,
with the Stanley
yeah,
Parable
trust me on that.
Ultra Deluxe.
Be right back.
Wait, Stanley. I've just now realized. That bucket you're holding, it's the bucket
Uh-oh.
I've been working on for my sequel.
Wait, did I screw
How did
something
you get
up?
your hands on
Yeah.
it?
How did I
Isn't
get my
this the
hands on it?
preview to the sequel?
Shh.
How do you
Don't
have
say
the bucket
anything. Don't
already?
say anything. I've broken it.
This makes no sense at all.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It makes sense. It's fine. It's fine.
Hold on. Did I already show you my ideas for the sequel? I don't remember doing that at all.
No, you didn't.
You're seeing things all out of order.
You didn't show me anything. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right, let's see it.
Oh, is he
The
gonna
jump
freak out
circle?
now because the jumps are already spent? So he's like, "You've already been here." Is he gonna start freaking out because he's gonna realize I've already seen all this? I wonder.
The infinite hole, the giant door. Did you see them already? Stanley,
No,
none of them
no.
are ready yet. I'm still developing them.
I haven't seen
They're not
any of
even
this.
Close to finished. How did they look when you saw them? Were they captivating? Were they exciting?
I didn't see
Did they
any of them, but if
fulfill
I
the
had
promise
seen
of
them,
everything
they would've
that
looked
a
fine.
sequel
They
to
would've looked pretty
Stanley
cool.
Parable could possibly be? Had I figured out how the hell to make a sequel to this game?
Definitely not.
Wait. If you're still carrying the bucket around with you, if the bucket is interesting to you, that means I must have made it correctly.
That's true. Yes.
You carrying the bucket with you everywhere is exactly what I set out to accomplish.
Woohoo!
The bucket
You
is
did
the
it!
exciting and captivating new content that I promised. I did it! I win!
You
I
did.
made a sequel to the Stanley Parable.
You
yes,
did.
the sign is correct.
I'm
Thank you
very
for
proud
enjoying
of
the
you.
new content. Thank you for taking the bucket everywhere with you, clinging tightly to the bucket, never letting it go. It
Oh,
means
dude,
I've
trust
won.
me.
It means I am victorious over the gamers.
Well,
It
let's
is
not
a
go
sweet
that
sound
far.
of victory on my soul.
Let's not go
Thank
that
you
far.
for
We
enjoying
know-
the new content.
we know how
The
gamers can
bucket
be.
is the Stanley Parable now. They are one and the same.
Can I
There is
customize the
no
bucket?
Stanley
Can I,
Parable
like, draw
without
on the bucket?
I win. 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 I win.
He's singing it. I win, 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 I win. Okay. So, how do I get...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Wait, how do I get back to
Stanley
the Stanley
decided to go
Parable?
to the meeting
Oh,
room.
wait, I have to go
The
through...
bucket made Stanley want to be a better man.
Isn't it
and
all
a
lit up
better
now? Wait.
coworker. In time, perhaps, he would become
How do I
both
get...
of those
Oh,
things.
return to the Stanley Parable 2 Expo Hall. There's a literal giant sign on the wall. That's how I get back there. Duh. I love how I was like, I'm gonna skip ahead of all this. I definitely haven't. It's what happens when the game starts saying new things to me. I have to respond. I can't help it. I'm too excited. What happens if I take the
You
bucket
see,
to go
Stanley,
see the bucket?
I've been reflecting on the Stanley Parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe
Okay,
version
this was
has
definitely
turned out to
this
be.
is definitely repeated.
The original Stanley Parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense.
Yes.
I say we take it one step even further.
One step further to the
Which
Stanley
is
Parable
why
3.
I'm very proud to announce for the
Not
first
2,
time ever,
3. Stanley's
the
Tiny
Stanley
Boyfriends.
Parable 2.
No, it's Stanley Parable 3, Stanley's Tiny Boyfriends. I want to see Stanley's
Yes,
Tiny
you
Boyfriends.
See, isn't this far superior to a measly
Why do I
re-release
care if I
with a
can't
few
see him
minor
and his tiny
additions? Think
boyfriends?
of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up.
I'm
Why,
glad
there are
that-
so many possibilities. It could go in so many different directions.
I can't give my
This
commentary
is what fans have
while he's
truly
still
been
chatting it
asking
up.
for. Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the
New
Stanley Parable
features,
2 is going to be.
the new
But
content
let's take a look
bus.
at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize
all these
a handful of
classic
interesting
locations that I've been
concepts,
to
surely the
that I
game will
loved
sort of
exploring
naturally
before.
spring up around them. Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
So I'll say some things. Let's go see the reassurance bucket while I'm holding the reassurance bucket. Maybe it'll like implode on itself. Here it comes, baby. Here it comes. Bring it to me. Give it to Papa.
Wait,
Give it to Papa.
There are 2 buckets here. How did you get a second bucket?
You don't even want to know.
The warmth and comfort of a single bucket is
I
already
pick
so
it up?
great, so intoxicatingly wonderful. With 2 buckets, there's no telling. Stanley, can you still hear me? Are you with me?
Oh!
Stanley!
That
God.
genuinely
I didn't
surprised
lose
me.
you. Stanley.
The bucket, no!
Buckets was too much.
No,
I
not
had
the
to destroy
bucket!
both of them. I know how much the bucket meant to you, but I couldn't take the risk. I
No!
hope one day you can forgive me.
Never. Never again. Never. So, my thoughts. My thoughts on the game. It's fun. It's enjoyable. I mean, it's this... Actually, we never got the achievement for beating the game. So you know what? This is not going to be the end. Far from it. As soon as I get this achievement, we're going to actually beat the Stanley Parable. For
Now,
the
here's
first
something
time
special. You remember that
ever,
broken test achievement that
we
got
are
left in
going
the
to
game on
beat
accident? Well,
the
I'm
Stanley
developing
Parable.
a technology to simply give you the achievement.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. You see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given
Will it
to you.
actually work
It's
now?
as simple as that.
Let's hope that that slider person didn't lie to me. I did it. I did it!
As you can see, the machine is not
Oh, he's gonna
working
freak
yet,
out.
What? Wait. What in the holy hell is going on? You got the achievement?
Mm-hmm.
Why did the machine work? Stanley, I didn't
Oh,
fix
wait.
it. I didn't do anything to it. I swear, it was broken just a second ago. Who fixed it? Oh, God.
What's wrong?
Composure?
Yeah, it's
Composure.
fine. It's fine.
Yes, as you can see, the machine is working as normal, as I intended. It
Out of
truly
order, you've been
speaks
here
to
already.
The awe-inspiring magic of the Stanley Parable 2.
So I can't go get another...
Breathe.
I can't
Just
go get another
breathe.
figurine.
What else? What other exhibits have... Calling it the Stanley Parable 2 is just so much
He's starting to
catchier
cut
than
himself off
Ultra
now because I'm
Deluxe,
running
don't
around
you think?
everywhere.
Ultra Deluxe.
All right,
What does it
let's
even
go.
mean?
Let's exit,
But the
and then
Stanley
we'll
Parable
complete
2.
the game.
Now
We'll
that's
actually
an
complete the game.
artistic step. All right. Have you seen everything you wanted to?
Mm-hmm.
Ready to move on now?
Mm-hmm. I just wanted an achievement. I wanted another figurine, but phew, I guess screw me then.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features?
I do.
Yes,
I'm
I
gonna
know
sit
it's
all
not
the way
exactly
far in the
clear
back.
yet how exactly these features will come together as one single coherent video
It's like-
game, but I can feel
those
it in
stage
my soul.
performances at Disney
it's going
World.
to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment.
Go ahead.
I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience.
Yeah, go ahead. Sure, do it. I'd love to see what you got
Okay.
on your hands.
Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2.
And now it's different balloons.
I mean, there's potential here, right?
There is
sort
potential, of course.
Okay, never mind.
See, the
Hold
bucket
on,
is there.
let
The
me do a
bucket's back.
different arrangement. Okay, yes, this is much better. I feel good about this.
I'm glad you
Here we
do.
go. Version 2.
Version 2 of Stanley Parable 2. And now the epilogue is poking
Who am I
out.
kidding, Stanley? This isn't a coherent video game at all. It's a lot of gags.
Can I get down?
And I do
Can I
very
get down
much
there and
enjoy
collect?
creating gags, but they don't add up to anything.
I want to get down there and collect those
I
figurines,
wanted more
those
than anything to create a
Stanlerines,
sequel
those
that would
figurines.
capture all the magic of the first game. I wanted fans to love it. No matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, Maybe that's it.
Shove them into the...
I can take
Yep.
the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of course. With
course.
respect. With care for the vision and integrity of the original game.
Yeah, sure. That's
Would
going
it
to work.
possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says...
Is it going to swap back to Stanley Parable 2 now, or is it going to keep saying Stanley Parable 3, Stanley's Tiny
Whip
Boyfriends?
something up.
It better still say
Perfect.
Stanley Parable
Go
3,
ahead.
Stanley's Tiny Boyfriends.
Take a look.
No, now it says Stanley Parable 2. Well, what about... Let's quit to desktop again. Let's boot it up one more time and see if it swaps back to... Well, no, now it's going to ask us to choose a new one. Written by Davey Redden. Stanley Parable 4. Book of the Birthday Party. I love it. Oh, why doesn't it say... Why does it say Stanley Parable 4 Book of the Birthday Party anymore? Oh, is it because I'm still technically in the, like...
All of his co-workers were gone.
I'm in the, like, narrative
What could it
part
mean?
of...
Stanley decided to go to
Oh,
the
no, I
meeting.
guess not. Sequel is now paused. Quit to menu. Oh, what the heck, man? I wanted it to say the thing. Dang it. Okay, whatever.
All of his
All right, come
co-workers
along with
were
me. We're
gone.
going to beat the
What could
game.
it mean?
And we're going to try to
Stanley
speed
decided
run
to
it.
go to the meeting room.
Try to
Perhaps
beat it
he
in
had
under
simply
4
missed a
minutes
memo.
and 22 seconds. Maybe I can actually do it. Who knows? Let's see.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open
What's
doors,
the
he entered
code
the door
again?
on his left.
8428, something like that. 825.
Yet
Try to
there was
remember the
not a
code on the
single
boss's
person here either.
thing. I know I can
Feeling
get
a wave
another
of
achievement
disbelief,
from that, though. I can
Stanley
just keep
decided to
typing
go
8
up to
over and
his
over and
boss's
over.
office. Coming to a
get
staircase,
the
Stanley
number 8
walked
achievement.
upstairs to his boss's office. Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover
4,
not an
2,
indication of any human life.
8.
Shocked,
Oh, whoops.
unraveled, Stanley
4,
wondered in disbelief
2,
who
8,
orchestrated
5.
this. What dark secret was
No.
being held from him?
4.
What he could not have known
8,
was that the keypad
5,
behind the
2,
boss's
2.
desk guarded the terrible
Fine, let's just get
truth
the 8
that his
over and
boss
over.
had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an
Come on, give me that
extra
8.
secret PIN number. 2845.
Okay.
But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2, 8, 4, 5. I had them all...
Incredibly,
I had
by
the numbers
simply pushing
correct, but
random
just not in the
buttons on
correct
keypad,
order.
Stanley happened to input the
Come on,
correct
open the
code
door, open the
by
door,
sheer
open the door. Let's go, let's go.
using. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Take me down. Take me down to the paradise city where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. Oh, won't you please take me home?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt
I'm
a bit
so glad to have
peculiar.
you guys here with
It
me
was a
as we
stirring of emotion
beat
in
the
his
game
chest,
for the
as
first
though he
time.
felt more
As we
free to
reach the
think
game's
for himself,
ending for the very
to
first
question
time.
the
It's a
nature
big
of his
moment.
job.
It's a monumental
Why did
moment.
he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
I know. Because you're about to see the
Stanley
mind
walked straight
control
ahead through the large
facility.
door that read Mind Control Facility.
Ooh, that was an interesting door squeak. Did it always squeak like that? I never noticed before.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible
open the thing,
secret
open the
did
thing,
this
open the
place
thing. I want to
hold?
go, I want to go, I want to go, I
Stanley
want to go.
thought to
I
himself.
want to
Did he
go, I
have the
want to go, I
strength
want to go, I
to
want to
find
go.
out?
Line up, everybody line up, let's go. I could be making
Now
fun
the monitors
commentary
jumped to
about my
life,
thoughts
their true
on the
nature
Stanley
revealed.
Parable
Each bore the
and
number of an
this
employee
Ultra
in the
Deluxe and
building.
all of that fun
Stanley's
stuff, but
co-workers.
unfortunately,
The lives of so many individuals reduced
the
to
game kind of
images
is
on a
about
screen.
someone
And
talking, so
Stanley,
I'd just be
one of
talking
them,
over top of someone
eternally
else,
monitored
which
in
I'm
this
already
place
doing, to
where
be fair.
freedom meant nothing.
Press button.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time?
I know, what a
Was this the
weird
only
and
reason he
wacky
was
thing.
happy with his
Stanley
boring
being
job?
under
That his
someone's
emotions
control.
had been
Could never have
manipulated to
imagined.
accept it
Couldn't
blindly?
imagine it. Couldn't imagine it. How could you possibly?
No. He refused to believe it.
Exactly.
He
Don't
couldn't
accept it, Stanley.
His
Don't
own
ever
life
accept it.
In someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable.
Don't
Wasn't
ever accept it.
Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
You have.
But here was the proof.
Come on,
the
come on,
heart
come on,
of the
come on.
operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content.
Come on, I want to press that button. I want to press that
eating,
button. I want to press
working,
that button.
All of it monitored and
Press
commanded
it,
from this
press
very
it,
place.
press it,
And as the
press
cold
it,
reality of his
press it.
past
Big
began to
off
sink
button
in,
right
Stanley
here. Let's
decided
press
that
it
this
now. Did it work? Is something else weird happening?
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
It is.
Yes. He had won.
Stanley,
He
I'm
had
so glad
defeated
I
the
could
machine,
finally bring you
unshackled himself
to-
from someone else's command. Freedom was
I'm
mere
so glad I
moments
could
away.
finally bring you
And yet, even as
to
the
peace,
immense door slowly opened,
to the end.
Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp?
I don't
What
know,
other
but
mysteries
sometimes
did this strange
sometimes you
opening
don't
hold?
need the answers to every
But as
question.
sunlight streamed into the chamber,
Sometimes
he realized none of this mattered
You can
to
just
him,
accept it.
for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been
You don't need all
seeking,
the answers to be
but
happy.
happiness.
just
Perhaps
need to
his
be in a
goal
spot
had not
that
been to understand, but to let go.
Accepts you.
No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever
that
life
bridge
he
off in the
lives,
very far
it
distance.
will be his.
Beautiful.
And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Before I do this, let's talk about the Stanley Parable for a second. With this wonderful backdrop, with this gorgeous bird song. The Stanley Parable is obviously a special game. It's one of those things that could very easily become pretentious, but is such a fun experience that it somehow avoids it. There's that lightning in a bottle first time playthrough where you're just experiencing everything all at once, and it's wild. Then there's those next couple times where you start to realize, oh, every decision I make, there's another ending. And then, even further beyond that, when you become obsessed with the game, then you decide, okay, I'm going to find it all. I'm going to look in every nook and cranny. I'm going to see every possibility I possibly could. And that, I think, is the magic of the Stanley Parable. Because it's easy to make a game that's weird or satirical. It's easy to make a game that pokes fun at itself. What's not easy is to make a game that you become so invested in that not only is it still making fun of itself, but you still draw the player in as well. And I think that's why the Stanley Parable has existed for so long, has continued to become a staple of gaming culture. And now it'll be a staple all over again for a whole new generation because of Ultra Deluxe. And I think Ultra Deluxe is not only the best version of the Stanley Parable, but I think Ultra Deluxe is arguably a perfect game because anyone can play it and enjoy it. And in terms of what it sets out to do, it achieves that goal perfectly. And there's a nice little swelling in your heart, a nice little feeling to just stand here and listen to the birds and look off in the distance and help Stanley escape. So, yeah. Stanley walked through the open door.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
We beat the game. Crap, it just occurred to me we definitely didn't get the speed run since I stood there for so long. But that's okay. Sometimes that's okay. So on that note, thank you everybody for watching. Like the video if you liked the video, share the video if you'd like to share the video, subscribe if you'd like to as well. That would really help me out. I have been Jacob, and you have been wonderful. And this has been the Stanley Parable. I'll see you guys. I'll catch you guys in the next episode. See you, Space Cowboys.